Perception makes a difference. Rishiv.
Yes, perception makes a difference. What is perception? Perception is becoming aware of something. Perception is becoming aware about yourself, about your thoughts. Do you find yourself, especially during this pandemic, thinking about that the situation is very bad? Do you think the coronavirus wants to kill you, or the coronavirus wants to hamper your career growth just because, like me, you've got no job, because you've been laid off? No, the reality is, and I'm going to share this with you, it is the coronavirus is just a virus. It is your perception which makes it a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a virus. This this is all filled with viruses and bacterias. But especially this new thing, this new coronavirus, we are perceiving it as something which is bad. Why? Because it doesn't benefit us in any way. Actually, it has hampered our growth. I am going to share a story on a similar lines, but let's not talk about coronavirus. I'm bored of this topic now. I am not going to use this word ever again in my speech. I am a person who stammers. Even while saying this word stammers, I'm still stammering. But the reality is why problem became worse is purely because of my perception. Because I perceived stammering as a bad thing, as a thing that hampered my growth. And this led to me having a low self esteem, less self confidence, and not believing in myself for the majority of my life. Now, this happened because I perceived stammering as something which is bad. But the reality is, when you change your perception, you get to know that actually, you know what, it's cool, it's not bad. It's cool to say Krishiv and not Krishiv. It's cool. Why do you think some people have a negative mindset and some people have a growth mindset? Situations are the same. We all are literally going through the same thing, or we are facing similar kinds of problems. But the reality is that our, our perceptions need to change now. And this is the time, friends. This is the time. When are you going to change your perception? If not today, it's a wake up call. Change your perception. When I changed my perception during this lockdown, when I was, well, laid off from an internship, we are sorry, we got to suspend you because of the coronavirus. At this point, I had nothing. I lost every little thing that I had. I was going to apply for a job in that organization, but at this point, I had zero. And then I changed my perception and I started working on my communication skills. If I never changed my perception about stammering, I would not be here giving a speech. I would not be here participating in the international speech contest. It takes a lot to change your perception. It does not happen overnight because the subconscious mind is also involved. It's not very easy, but with regular practice, you can change your perception. Can you imagine? Well, can you imagine how my icebreaker speech would have been back in 2020 when I just joined Toastmasters? I made sure that this icebreaker speech was going to be the worst speech ever because every speech is now going to become a better speech. Now, why did I get these thoughts in the first place? It was because I decided to change my perception, neither make it a positive one, neither negative, but a constructive one. A perception of that I'm a student here. I'm not here to compete with Rohit, Sandeepa, Ritesh and Dipanjan. I'm a student here. I want to learn from all of you by observing you, by listening to your speeches, and this is my student mindset. So I have a question for all of you, and especially for the contest master. Have you changed your perception? If not, change it now. Over to you, Toastmaster.